So what do you say, Jack? You got all the kids? You're
Hold on, I'm going upstairs. Yes.
okay.
Yeah, this I have like 2 more of these today, so hopefully by the third one I'm squared away. I have a Zoom with old friends later, and then Skype granddad later too. So it's
So my podcast, my professional podcast, is your tryout, is your technical training.
Yes, it's the
It's your
pregame.
experiment. It's your okay.
Experimentation.
Nothing's professional these days anymore. It's all experimental. It's all online, dude.
I don't know if anything's professional on this side. That's for sure.
So did you want to have the kids join in, or are you by yourself?
I'm by myself. Yeah, they're downstairs with April. So
okay. That works. Yeah, man. So welcome back to another episode of Zombie SquadCAST here on the YouTube, here on Dead On Pictures, and my special guest this episode is Brian Page. He is a veteran member of Zombie Squad, and he is in the DC Fire Department, and he's one of the superheroes out there in the streets, saving the whole world, at least DC anyway, from the COVID-19 coronavirus. So Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself as if we didn't already know you, because you're in like 1 million episodes of Zombie Squad anyway. But go ahead and introduce yourself once again, a little bit about what you do and what you've been up to this past, I guess, month or two.
Oh, my name again, Brian Page. Been good friends with Glenn Nelson for a long time here. Been with the DC Fire Department for the last 13 years in July. So our big thing right now is trying to keep the District of Columbia safe, all the citizens, as well as all the members in the department. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. So cool. So I don't want you to violate any HIPAA. I don't want you to violate any protocols, any confidentialities there may be. You know what I mean? I'm sure the audience, you got to be careful about what you put out there, what kind of information, false information or what have you. But I guess from your own personal opinion, being safe on what you say and all that, how do you think everything's going right now?
I think everything is going in the right direction. I mean, we're good about protecting ourselves and making sure that we protect the public. We're wearing the proper PPE, personal protective equipment that we need to wear on each calls, and we have the job to do every day. And our goal is to do that effectively and make it safe to our families as well. So, kind of a twofold process. But we're whether it's fire calls, EMS calls, or what have you, we are there to protect.
Hell yeah. So I mean, basically from what I've seen now, I'm kind of blessed. I live, me and the wife have moved to a little bit of a better neighborhood the last 6 months. But from what I've noticed being out, I'd have to say that, and what I've seen on the news, it doesn't look like the country has gone into a whole disarray, Walking Dead, pandemonium, post-apocalyptic civil unrest type deal. It looks like, the country at least, and even especially this area is, kind of like sticking together, staying calm, looking out for each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're heading in the right direction. Obviously, everybody wants us to be over with, but at the same time that we got to keep living our lives, doing what we normally do, get to the grocery store, which we're allowed to do, to get food, provide for our families, and not try to get stressed. I mean, we're going to have the stress level is going to be high, but you have to fight through it with prayer and perseverance.
Yeah, absolutely. How many times have you watched The Shining?
I haven't watched The Shining in a while. It's been a few years. I want to say I watched it twice in my lifetime, and once I was younger and I was horrified, and then the last time I watched it, we were kind of bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've compared this. I know you compare it to The Shining, but I've heard people comparing it to The Truman Show too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see that. I see that. How would you say? I guess we'll jump more personally. How would you say that you and the family have been impacted directly by this whole lockdown shut-in?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, it's been stressful, but with our schedules, things haven't changed too much because either April's working or I'm working, and recently I've been working a little bit more. So it's. I mean, it's a lot of it hasn't just the stress level of the virus, I guess, has kind of impacted us because you're watching different things, you're wiping down things, you're
Yeah,
you're more careful about things, but at the same time, you can't. You have to just yeah, keep going, keep
yeah.
moving, not worry, try not to worry, and just hope that this is over. But who knows when it's going to be over?
I agree. Take it day by day. Relax. Just stick to your schedule as best you can. Any hiccups? I mean, the for me, Gabriel's 1 month old now. I'm sure you remember when Nolan was 1 month and Finley was one
Hmm.
month, and you try to stick to your schedule. And the second he starts getting cranky pants or flipping, losing his mind, or he like explosive diarrhea in the diaper, it's like you just have to like take that extra step and you know deal with it.
Yeah, that's it. Try not to get too frustrated, man. And yeah, keep hanging in there, fighting the good fight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. That's great, man. I mean, like the wife April, she's holding up well. The kids are having fun.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing like the little homeschooling as much as we can. I mean, our kids are real young. I have friends that kids are a lot older, so it's way more intense. I mean, our kids are 10 months and 2 years, 10 months, so it's there's not too much of schooling going on, but it is busy.
Yeah,
Uh, no one's a busybody. Finley is busy, so it's just you're just fighting to sleep when you can. I mean,
yeah.
as you know,
Oh yeah.
people will fight to take a nap.
I mean, I guess we're blessed. I mean, Melissa's on maternity leave. I'm basically furloughed. I mean, I guess it's called something. I'm out of work. I'm freelance, so I'm out of work. So yeah, if the wife needs to take a nap, hey, go for it. If I need to take a nap, I'll do it. And usually what I'll do is I'll take a nap downstairs on the couch or on the recliner and
Yeah,
put Gabe in the little cradle thing. And
yeah.
if he stirs, then I'm up. I you know
Mhm.
I really do want Melissa to get a solid nap or a solid 6 to 8 hour sleep. So I'll tell her go upstairs into the nice bed and and get really good sleep. But me, I can nap here, nap there. I can get 6 hours at night. We have our rough schedule, but
Hey, at least you have a schedule that's working for you.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So kind of moving on from there. What have you and the kids and the wife been watching? Is there anything especially especially in these times, you know, our generation is lucky to have Hulu, Netflix, a lot of live streaming, a lot of online stuff, a lot of digital stuff, video games, movies and shows to stream. What have you what have you and the wife and the kids been watching to keep yourself occupied, keep yourself motivated, inspired, positive, uplifted?
We've been watching. We watched 101 Dalmatians yesterday. Finley loves Cocomelon. You'll learn to find out about that too. So Nolan even watches that too. So we were watching Puppy Pals and Mickey, but now Finley is obsessed with YouTube's Cocomelon. So we watch that in the morning. We kind of watch that in the afternoon, and then that's it. April's been watching this Tiger King series. I haven't really been watching everything except for the back of my eyelids when I can.
Yeah, man.
That's about it for me.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah. The wife's a big fan of the Bravo reality shows, and so
Mm.
I'll suck it up and watch some of that with her. But for me, she's I'm trying to get the wife into some '80s movies, and we're on Pluto watching '80s Rewind, all these different classic '80s movies.
Yeah,
Um, and we're jumping into this new show. Well, it's not a new show. It's the third season of a show called The Sinner on
Oh, okay.
USA. And of course, we watch everything on Hulu or Netflix.
Okay.
So that's what we've been doing. But yeah, I look forward to little Gabriel playing with the iPhone or the iPad with that YouTube Kids channel.
Oh,
I
oh,
use YouTube now with him with the colored lights and baby sleepy time music.
yeah. Finley's been using April's first generational iPad. It's this blue one, and it's almost like you're like, wow, the connections, are they even available to buy anymore? I mean,
Right.
it's old school, but it's good for her, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that's yeah,
Yep.
that's what we're doing with YouTube and stuff. But yeah, our lifestyles haven't really changed too much, only because that we're either flip flopping kids, or she's working or I'm working. It's just I've been kind of picking up, trying to work as much, a little bit here and there, but I don't know.
So as a firefighter and EMT, you are still working.
Yeah,
And the wife's a nurse, right? So she's still
yeah.
working.
Yeah, this week it's been slow over there, so she's actually off this week right now, so she might come in a little bit later this week. But right now I work tomorrow, so we kind of just take it a day by day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, yeah, like, if some folks were lucky enough to be in the job of EMT, of business, and of health, and EMT and emergency services, they're still employed. They're probably raking in a shitload of overtime. But yeah, man. Hold on one second. You know how it is. You got the wife and the kid.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's cool. Any books? You've been reading any books?
I have not. Yeah, I haven't. I've really been reading too much. This recently. Got any good recommendations?
No, dude, I'm still trying to finish The Guy's Guide to Having a Baby, or whatever that is. And then there's also The Joy of Fatherhood that I've been trying to read, and the wife is reading Baby 411, and the wife can read so much faster than I can, man. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
that's
my problem is.
you're either a reader, or you train yourself to be a reader. It's you have to just force yourself to read. You retain information better, and it's not a big deal. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
read.
Yeah. So I guess we're kind of breezing through these topics, but what would you say your next agenda, your next goals, your next plans are for, say, the next month and a half?
I kind of just want, everybody wants to get back to normal. I think that's where we want to be. As far as the plans we have, we got Nolan's birthday coming up. I would like to, just keep grinding, keep working on the goals that we had before. We had some goals before. I know April's taken some classes and stuff. So we're just kind of just moving on, trying to fight through this and keep doing what we're doing, and then keep your focus. And it actually, I think this in a way allows you to have more time to do things. You know what I mean? Because you have life's not going to come to it. Life's going to come back. Move and get back to. We're all going to get back to where we are. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So keeping those goals in, and then don't take anything for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, I've said it. I've said it before a number of times on the show that with other guests that a lot of there's been a lot of talk about the Spanish flu and how that
Mm-hmm.
radically altered our society and how we dealt with things, this, that, and the other thing, and it definitely changed and altered society. But we still came out stronger and we persevered through it, and it was a much stronger, much smarter society infrastructure. And then the Depression happened in the 1930s, and then that hit us. We were like, "Holy crap! We had to reevaluate what we got going on." And from there was the Second World War and a couple of other wars, and the economic collapse of '08, which made
Mm-hmm.
people really step back and look at what we're doing financially. And now here it is, the coronavirus, COVID. Now we're looking at health, and we're looking at society. We're looking at how we interact as people, how, all these different travel things and things of that nature. So of course, without a doubt, I mean, history speaks for itself. We've always persevered through
Hmm.
troubling times, but it's going to be interesting to see how things are altered, even though I'm without a doubt, I'm sure it's going to be in a positive way, but how things are altered, social gatherings versus online gatherings,
Yeah.
health procedures and precautionary steps as opposed to now. I mean, I certainly don't want to be walking around in a post-apocalyptic kind of society where we don't step outside without gloves, masks, and a freaking whole plastic raincoat on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is your take? What would you say your take on the future might be? Like, how do you think? How do you think us as a society, medically, socially, economically, might be impacted, in a month or
Yeah.
two?
I think we'll just do things more cautiously. I mean, some people, yeah, they'll keep doing what they're doing, but yeah, I think that we'll, yeah, it'll be a little bit a different perspective. I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people that don't go out now or that didn't go out then, it's not going to affect them too much because they were hermits then. They're going to be hermits now. So I'm probably one of them. But no, yeah, I think things are going to change, but economically, yeah, I mean, it might take a little while to recover.
Yeah.
The aftermath is going to be interesting.
Do you think so? It will be a drastic recovery?
I think it's going to take, yeah, it's going to take a little while to recover, but I think everybody's going to be happy to have a little more freedom too, though. You know what I mean? And then it'll take a while to get back to normal. I think it
Mm-hmm.
depends on how long this goes. You know what I mean? If it ends soon, then I think it'll be quicker to recover.
Cool.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
man. Um. Yeah. 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 So you're staying positive, staying busy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm definitely. You got to stay positive. I mean, I had a pretty good mindset before this. So yeah, I mean, I always try to do everything I can to, and I'm glad I did. Have worked on stuff on staying positive before this hit because I would be a mess right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, positive actions are very important. You are what your mind does. And you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're not positive because nothing good's going to come out of it. I can tell you that.
So I if I recall correctly, you're studying for promotion. I mean, these little things that you didn't have time for before, are you able
Yes.
to knock out a million different things that was on your to-do list? I mean, you're able to knock them out.
No, I wouldn't say that too much, but I've definitely been using my time more wisely. I've here is tough to do a lot of stuff. Work I've been doing, doing some more studying. So I don't think too much has changed. I mean, I've always tried to do stuff, but yeah, I'm not rocking the mic where I'm just getting everything done under the sun. But I am being more cautious about, hey, this is a priority, or you know, you think more about things. You have a little bit more time to think, about some things and your goals. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of passion projects that were, stuck in, editing limbo, or,
mm,
mastering post-production limbo, and now it's like bing bang boom. Since I can't really do much else, I've been knocking this stuff out. And also for me, this is a great opportunity to really get close to my son, to really, delve into STEAM time. What is that? STEAM is science, tech, engineering, arts, math. But we call it STEAM time. But like, we'll put him in this little jungle gym. I think you and April gave us this little newborn little play mat, and it's got
yeah,
like things
yep,
hang in. He can knock on rattles, he can knock on toys, he can knock on like these. There's a mirror, there's a small mirror, he can get to like see
hmm
his reflection, kind of interact. And it's like, STEM or STEAM. It's like mind, sensory building, and
Cool.
we're doing a lot of that. And I've been I mentioned it before on the show. I've been binge watching Batman the Animated Series. You remember that show from like '92, Batman the Animated Series?
I do vaguely remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was a big fan of that show. I watched every episode when I was a kid, and now I'm binge watching the whole thing again. And I'm putting him in front of the TV, having him watch this thing, and he's kind of like probably not knowing what the hell's going on, but kind of paying attention. And so yeah, it's cool. And this I really think is a great opportunity for families to get close with each other. Hopefully, not drive each other nuts or want to kill each other, but get close with each other. Get close with the kids. Really interact with what they're doing with the homeschooling and the online schooling, the online studying.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier for parents to maybe look over their shoulder and kind of help them out and get involved in what's going on with their school and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like that.
agree.
Yeah,
Like I said, the kids aren't older, so we haven't changed too much. But I know a lot of families out there. It's like, man, it's got to be like night and day. A lot of these families, but it's a good bonding time. A lot of these families, they work all the time, and the kids get a daycare, and they see them at before dinner, and then they see them in the morning, see them when they get home. So they've actually spent a lot more time with their kids. So
yeah,
that's good. Good
yeah,
bonding time. You never get it back. So
yeah,
every
yeah,
time you have with your kids, you're not going to get it back. Next thing you know, they're going to be teenagers and growing up.
yeah, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm sure you've seen me talking with your brother a lot, Chris, on the show, and getting his take on everything and whatnot. But yeah, I guess we're coming down to that last that last bit of piece of this episode. One second, hold on. No, it's all cool, man. I mean, the episode, if the episode's 30 minutes, the episode's the hour, it's all good. It's just,
Yeah,
it's just getting different insights on who's going through what and dealing with what and how they're persevering, how they're pulling through and all that stuff. So
yeah. Like I said a little earlier, I mean, positivity, staying positive with prayers. You know what I mean? Um, saying prayers are very important as far as staying positive. There's different things out there to keep yourself positive, but that's the biggest thing in my mind during this whole thing is staying positive and not getting down. And the second you start having negative thoughts, go right to positive thoughts. You know what I mean? Keep it positive. And I think we've been doing a good job at society of getting that way. You know.
mhm.
And,
Yeah, I think like very rarely, like when I've gone out to say CVS or the pharmacy
mhm,
or the grocery store or 7-Eleven, I think once or twice I saw some impatient people in line, like
mhm,
what are you doing? Da, 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 come on, da, 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 da. But really, like online, you see all these incidents of like people just losing their mind over toilet paper, or losing
mhm,
their mind over bottled water. But maybe I haven't been out much, and
yeah,
maybe this is happening. Maybe I haven't been out much, but when I have been out, people are helping each other out. Saw a couple of instances where someone couldn't reach, a bunch of toilet paper on the top shelf. Other people came and helped them. Said, "Here, hey,
yeah,
you mind if I take a pack too?" Like, "Oh, please, of course. I only want one or two." Da 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 da. It's not like crazy
yeah.
people.
Yeah, a lot of it is just being courteous. I mean, if you see somebody needs help, help them. If
Yeah,
you can, help somebody, and it's not going to be, you know, you're not going to, you don't even have to go out of your way a lot of these times to help people. It's just a little something extra, you know what I mean?
absolutely,
So, like you
absolutely.
said, somebody's right next to you and they need help with something, you know what I mean? The right thing to do is to pick it up for them. It's not like you're going across the store, you know what I mean? They're right next to you. So, a lot of the times, a lot of that stuff is right in front of you, you know what I mean? So, you're
Hmm.
just doing what you can do, you know? So,
Yeah, yeah, because it's going to come around. It all comes full circle. I highly believe in karma. I highly believe in the metachlorians out there that if you put a bad deed out there, that bad deed is going to come back in another form or fashion. And the more positive you spread, I mean that it's like this endorphins, positivity. You can feel that in a room, or negativity. You can feel that in a
mhm,
room. positivity and negativity, you know, shitting on somebody or dumping on somebody, you know, it leaves this kind of like this dark essence. Whereas, you know, when people are positive and they're helping each other out and there's such a good feeling, you know, that the simple act of smiling puts out an endorphin that other people can smell. And it's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is, you can feel positivity. You can smell it. You can sense it. You can absorb it. And I think it's important to just continue to put that out as a society, as a group, as a community, and it'll spread. When I go outside, especially if it's a beautiful day, like it's kind of a beautiful day out right now, and I can see people out on the trails, walking, running, jogging. I can see people out with their strollers and walking their doggies, and
Mhm.
just seeing that, makes you feel positive. But once you get out, and yeah, people are a little bit quieter. They still want to keep that social distancing. They still want to keep that 6 to 8 feet. But you
Yeah.
see it but you can still suck in that essence of positivity versus negativity, that people are out, they're having a good time. They're making the best of, they're making the most and the best of the situation that they're in. And you can actually, you know, kind of like absorb that from each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I've learned that, yeah, don't let people's negativity affect your positivity. Whatever you have to do to shrug it off or, you know, uh, pray for help. Hey, you know, I need to be more positive. Whatever it takes, do not let people's negativity impact your positivity.
Yeah.
Bring you down, man. It ain't worth it.
Don't bring me down.
We don't
Don't
need
bring me,
all these Eeyores out there bringing you down.
yeah, exactly. You need the poos and the piglets and the tigers, man. Not the Eeyores. Yeah, that's our big theme. I'm sure you know that's our big theme with Gabriel is Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
He had an awesome little Spider-Man shirt on earlier, but it's mostly Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, so closing out with this episode, kind of reverting back to like the next agenda, the next goal, the next plan. If there's one thing you could close us out with to let the people out there to put out there to the people, just one thing, what would that be?
Just I would say, like I said, been saying the whole time, just stay positive. We're gonna get through this together. So everybody do their part. You know, stay inside. No social distancing. Everybody needs to do their part for this to work. So
Positivity and do your part as a community, as a
yeah, do your
society.
part. The quicker, the better. The quicker everybody does their part, the quicker this is gonna be done.
Hell yeah.
You know, get through it. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I
that's it.
love it, man. I love it. Well, all right. Well, that was Brian Page, a close buddy of mine, longtime veteran of Zombie Squad, DC Fire Department, firefighter and EMT, emergency services operator, if you will. And so check us out. It's been another episode of Zombie Squad Cast. Check us out. All the links below in the description. Like, subscribe, share, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down if you hate it. I don't care. And ring that bell for notifications and check us out next time.
Thank you for having me. Take care.